Welcome back everybody to Orange Track Outlaws. Today we are going to tackle the Four Horsemen December Challenge, which is this Hot Wheels 62 Chevy pickup shop truck. So it should be a fun one. I think I got a pretty cool idea, I think, for this guy here. As you can see, my donor vehicle's got some miles on it, been played with a little bit, beat up a little bit. We are going to change that drastically. So let's get started here. So here's our truck, our 62 Chevy. Pretty cool looking truck, especially for a shop truck. I think this should work out pretty cool. I got a fun idea here, but you know, got a kind of a lowrider look to it. Open bed. Not sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that bed yet, or whether I'm going to put a bed cover on it or not. I made a shop truck just like this not too long ago with the bed cover. It looked pretty cool, but I might do a little something different here. But first thing we're going to do is get her taken apart. So I'm going to drill the posts out and then get our base pulled off of there and see what's going on the inside. Hopefully there's not a whole lot of damage here and from being used so much. But as you can see here, drilling the post, sometimes when you use your smaller drill bit there, you can't quite get it all. If you bump up a notch there on the drill bit size just a little bit and get that head off there, it should pop off just a little easier. You just got to get that little ring. That little ring will pop off there, and then it should just kind of come right apart. So every once in a while, you got to get your screwdriver in there, pry it off, and then she's good to go. So this one looks like it's got a little bit of extra to it here with this crazy kind of gold interior, the chrome interior. It's really pain. And I told you this truck was played with pretty good, so the windshield is sticky and something's holding it in there, but pried it out, not too bad. So we got our interior in our bed liner. That's going to go straight into the super clean and get cleaned up. We're going to get them fat wheels off there and change it up here. So after a ton of grinding and fiddling with this thing, this is kind of what we come up with. Cut a hole in the hood. I'm going to put a nice little motor in there. It's going to look pretty sweet. In the bed, I'm going to turn this thing into a dual axle. I think that's going to look pretty cool. I put a couple custom exhaust tips in there. And I didn't know what to do in the bed since it was so open. You're going to see the wheels anyway, but I thought putting a fifth wheel in there would look pretty cool instead of putting a bed cover on there. So that's kind of what we're going to go with. Going to look like a little bed cover, a little dual axle. Should look pretty darn cool, I think. I'm really liking how the hood looks with the motor sticking out too. So you can kind of see what our chassis looks like here. I got my axle tubes glued in. And I use some axle tubing to make our exhaust pipes as well. So I'm going to get this bad boy cleaned up and get her off to the paint here is pretty quick. But body overall good shape. I did ground out the inside of the bed a little bit to make room for some more an extra set of wheels. Took a little bit of doing. There should be plenty of clearance in there. This one came with some bigger wheels in the back. I think I'm going to downsize those just a little bit and go with the smaller size wheel in the front and the back to make them look good and to make sure they can fit. So off to the paint booth. We're going to start off by hitting our interior and our fifth wheel with a little gloss black. Not much I think I'm going to do with the interior other than that. Chassis goes, going to hit with black also. And then once that dries, we'll detail it out with some chrome. And onto the body here, we got it all cleaned up with some soap and water. So this thing's ready for some primer. So we're going to go with some primer gray as our first coat. Probably going to hit this 2 times, not too much. The body really wasn't in too bad a shape. I did file down some of the lines on the hood and around there, so this goes on kind of thick, so we'll be good there when it'll cover it up. So we're going to go with base coat now. I'm going to start with Splash Paints Twister Orange. This is going to be my base coat, coverage coat. I'm going to hit this, well, probably at least 3, probably 4 times. until I can get until we can see that it's completely covered and nice and orange. Can't see any of that primer gray coming through or nothing. So probably 3 to 4 times, see how it looks, and then we'll get on to some of our accent colors. We want to make this kind of a two-tone looking truck, but the plan here, I think, is we're going to put some sparkle to it. I'm going to put some pearl orange. It's actually, I'm going to do a candy pearl orange and put a little hot rod sparkle in there. Try to get it to pop real well. And then on the lower half of the truck, we're going to do a pearl black and see how that looks. So on to our accent colors here. Like I said, we're going to do some pearl. This is actually pearl tangerine, but we're going to throw some grabber orange, some candy orange in there. We're going to put some hot rod sparkle in there, make it pop a little bit more. Add a little 40-30, a little 40-12 in there. And it's sparkles in the cup pretty good, so can't wait to get this on here. I'm not going to put on a ton, 2, maybe 3 coats. Just enough to kind of get it covered and make it look basically as candy orange sparkly as possible. I think 3 coats ought to do it. Depending, maybe more, who knows. That hot rod sparkle does tend to be a little tricky to shoot out of the gun. I think I've got this at about 45 psi right now, and there you go, coat 1 looks pretty good, sparkling already. So we're going to jump ahead here, and after that all dried up, we're going to put on our pearl black. We're going to toss just a little. Focus on this camera is just not good. We're going to throw a little candy black in there just to make it. If you guys use the pearl black, it's not black. It is a little bit lighter. So throw a little bit of that candy black in there to make it look just a little darker. But I still want it to pop. So excuse me. This shouldn't take very long. Probably another 2 to 3 coats. I mean, since it's black, it'll cover up that orange fairly quickly. But I definitely don't want to just blow it all on there real fast and get it clumpy or anything. So I'm just going to try to take my time here, just keep working around and around until it gets to the basically the color black we want it to be, and then we'll hit it with some clear coat, which we did here. Everything's all dried up. We got our wheels on, and we're ready for assembly. So there's a look at our 5th wheel, chrome that guy out. Here's a look at our chassis. I got my dual axles in the back, and the front one's everything I'll put on there. Chromed out the exhaust. There really wasn't much else on the chassis to do there. So here is a look at our body. I think it's looking pretty sweet. It's pearl black on the bottom and the pearl orange on the top, sparkling like crazy, looking good. Detailed out just a little bit. Front and rear headlights. Our front headlights, rear tail lights, and we've got our engine here. It did throw a little of that candy orange on the top of the engine there, just for a little accent color. Should be good. Here's a look at our windshield. Did have to restore that a little bit, sanded her down a couple times, polished it up, and stuck it in the floor polish. That thing's looking good too. So pretty much nothing else to do other than put this bad boy together and see what the final product looks like. So, as you guys know, at the first part of the video, that windshield was kind of stuck in there and wouldn't pop out right away. So it popped in real well this time, since it got all cleaned up and everything's good though. So popping that in, pop our little engine in. I didn't end up gluing the engine to the interior because this truck is a little bit tricky with the front of the grill being part of that interior. It's got to slide in then slide down, and wouldn't be able to get that engine in the hole necessary. So we're just not going to glue that. It should hold fairly stable though. Get our chassis in here. We want to stick our screws in here, and then we'll be able to show you, get it on the turntable and show you what we ended up with. So while I get this bad boy screwed together, thank you guys for watching another video. Check out all the other 4 Horseman videos. This should be a real fun one. Everybody always loves the shop trucks, and There's usually some really cool ideas kind of come out when these ones excuse me, when these builds come out. So check those guys out. Make sure you give give every builder a nice thumbs up. Subscribe to their channel if you're not. If you're not subscribed to mine, please do. Appreciate it. Any comments are always appreciated. I like reading them. If you guys got anything anything else you guys want to see, I'm all for that too. So got the truck together. I think it looks pretty darn cool. That'd be something I think I'd want to use as a shop truck, pull some trailers around with. I think that'd be look pretty sweet going on the road. So here's what we started with: 62 Chevy, Hot Wheels. Pretty cool looking truck as it is. There's a lot of different variations here and a lot of cool paint jobs, but this one's not bad. It's looks very utility. Obviously, it's been played with and beat up. It looks like a shop truck now as it is, but after we got our hands on it, we transformed it into something pretty wild. So here's what we ended up with, guys: the 4 Horseman December Challenge 62 Chevy shop truck. New paint job, orange on black. New motor in the hood. Installed a 5th wheel in the bed. We got dual axles. We got some custom exhaust coming out the side. So overall, I think this thing looks pretty sweet. I'd love to be taking this thing down the road. I mean, it looks tough. I'm sure that thing can pull a nice size trailer with a nice show car on it or something. I don't know. I think it would look pretty sweet though. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for watching another one of my builds. Got a lot of other racing shows and some restorations and that kind of thing. If that's what you're into, check those out. Subscribe if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up, hopefully, if you like what you see. And like I said earlier, check out all the other builders. Everything should be looking cool. So keep a heads up for some more videos coming. I got a lot of cool things on the horizon here, so should be good. Anyway, guys, thanks again, and cheers. Enjoy your weekend. Happy New Year. See you later.